Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Creek Thrift. If you're new here, my name is Candi, and today I have week 3 of the month of October to share with you on what sold on apps like Poshmark, eBay, and I have some sales from Depop. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it and share with you all the items, like how much I paid for them, where I got them from, and then what platform they sold on, and how much I earned, and all of those good details. So I do this part-time. I do reselling part-time if you're new here. Anyways, thank you for following, and if you are new, please consider subscribing. I am trying to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. It has taken several years, and I'm working really hard to get there, and I would love your support. So the first item on this week is this Van Winkle & Co. leopard animal print pajama pants, or PJs, and I put women's size M or medium, and this I flat laid on a blanket on the floor. This is how I used to take my photos when I first started reselling, and so I have had this pair of pants for a little while, so I was really happy to see them go, but they were in pretty good condition, and they had that really fun pattern, the animal print pattern that has been really popular over the last year or two. So I had a feeling they would sell. It just took a little bit of time. So this item I picked up at the Goodwill bins on November 10th of 23. And then I paid $1.27. I honestly think this might have been in one of the very first videos I filmed for my YouTube channel. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, so I did pick this up at the bins. I had an average cost per item of $1.27 per item that day. I posted it on December 1st of 2023 to Poshmark and eBay. It finally sold October 16th this year on eBay, and it sold for $14.84. So I did earn a profit of $10. So that was exciting to see. I like seeing the older items kind of get out of my store, which is really nice. The next item is this American Eagle sweatshirt, women's small, ivory green, 3D logo, and crew neck and a pullover is what I put. So this actually came out of my daughter's closet, and she just didn't want it anymore. So I went ahead and picked it, sold it for her basically. So this item, I had $0 invested. I posted it September 22nd to Poshmark, eBay, and Depop, and that was this year. And it sold on October 18th. So it didn't even take a month. It sold on eBay, and it sold for $20, and I made a profit of $15.79. The next item is this Massimo thin light blue sweater, women's medium, soft Y2K, and I put 2000s or like the 00S, and then I put basic and I put pastel. So I kind of did a few different random keywords. It really just had that like kind of like older style that was very popular around like the early 2000s, I would say. So anyways, so this item I got from a donation. So not the original donation, but like a whole different donation that somebody had brought us. And so I had $0 invested, and I posted it September 2nd of 2024 on Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on eBay on October 18th. It sold for $13.50, so I did earn $10.44 for that one. The next item is this Prana. It was the Autumn Rain is the name of the style, or like the colorway of this one. And it was a wool blend, chunky knit sweater, and I put women's XL, turtleneck, and oversized, because it definitely was pretty oversized. And it was really good quality, like very, very nice sweater, which I'm surprised it didn't sell last year, and it did take a while to sell. But I'm glad it did sell for this year, because chunky sweaters take up space. Anyways, so this item I picked up at the Goodwill bins on June 29th, last year, 2024. My average cost that day was $2.18 per item. I posted it on July 29th last year to Poshmark and eBay. So I did think, like, it was posted right before fall. So I thought it would sell like for the fall season. So I was really surprised that it didn't sell. But luckily it did this year. It sold on Poshmark, and it sold October 19th for $25. And I think I had it posted at like $35 originally, somewhere a little bit higher. And then I ended up taking a lower offer. So I was happy to see it go. I did earn a profit of $17.55. The next item is Democracy Jeans, women's size 16, and it was a dark blue, and the Absolution straight leg, raw hem, and embroidered. And so Democracy does pretty good. They're not always the best flip. If you can get them really cheap, like at the bins, that would be best. And then the Absolution is because it has this like black elastic interior waistband, basically. So it is like an elastic stretchy waist. So I do pick them up when I find them. I don't always pick them up for more. This one I did pay up. I thought maybe due to the size it would sell a little bit higher, but it didn't. So I did end up paying. I got this at St. Vincent de Paul August 6th this year. I paid up to $7.50 for this item and posted it on August 15th on Poshmark and eBay. It sold on Poshmark on October 20th for $24. So I did earn a profit of $11.44. And this is one item that I probably could have posted a little bit higher and just like held out until I got it, but I would rather sell it now and then wait for an extra $5 later. So just let it go. I was making a profit, so I was happy with that. The next item is this Kristen Lavransdatter by Sigrid Undset Borzoi book. It was a vintage hardcover, 1958, and it's a trilogy. And I put, oh yeah, Alfred, I'm not sure, I put something else here that might have been published by Alfred, not, anyways. I don't know. I've had this book for a long time. It sat in a box for years and years. I don't even remember, to be honest, when or where I got it. I feel like I might have picked it up at the bins a long time ago, but it's literally sat on my bookshelf for years. I was recently going through a bunch of like boxes that I've had in my office. So when I did my renovation of my office and stuff, I took a bunch of boxes that were basically storage boxes out of this room so that I could put up like shelves and stuff. And so I've been slowly going through the boxes, and like I know we have a bunch of like books in some boxes, so I need to put like some bookshelves up and stuff. But in doing so, I was pulling stuff to resell, stuff that it's like I don't need it and I don't know why I even have it. But anyways, so yeah, this was a it wasn't in the best condition, but I don't know if it's like maybe some like colleges or universities use this as one of their reading materials. I'm not really sure, but it seems to be fairly popular, but there's a lot for sale and a lot that sell. So, I mean, if you can get it for a good price at the bins or something, I would pick it up. But that item, I had zero invested, basically. I posted it on October 7th on Poshmark, eBay, and Depop. It sold on October 21st for $7. So it was a cheap flip, but it sold really fast. And I made a profit of $3.89. And it's out my door. So then the next item is this Susan Graver 1X blouse top. And I put black and mint green, or mint green, polka dot, long sleeve, flowy. And I put office on here because this would make like a really good like casual, like business casual office wear. So I figured that would be a good one. The colors are really fun, and polka dots have been kind of mediocrely popular over the last year, I would say, supposedly. Can't say that it's 100%. I did pick up quite a few different, like not quite a few, but I picked up several polka dot items over the last 6 months. Not very many have sold. This is probably the first one that has really sold. So this item I picked up at Goodwill on September 6th this year, and I only paid $1.45, so it was a good deal. I posted it October 4th on Poshmark, eBay, and Depop, of course, and Mercari. I guess I'm saying Depop, but Depop and Mercari. And it sold on eBay. It sold on October 21st, and it sold for $18. So I earned a profit of $12.68. And then the next item is this Old Navy women's top. And I put ivory, floral, embroidered, long sleeve tunic, boho, and bohemian in the title. And it had really pretty like embroidery on the sleeves like that. So I just thought that was really nice. And then it kind of had that like gauzy waffle knit material. So it was definitely a nice style that is pretty popular, I would say. I tend to look for this style of shirt because I think it sells really well. I picked this one up at a garage sale on September 13th, and I only paid $1 for it at the garage sale. I posted it October 21st to Poshmark, eBay, and Depop and Mercari. It sold on eBay on October 22nd. So it sold in one day, and it sold for $22.80. So I made a profit of $17.64. So I think if you price it right, they'll sell pretty quick. The next item, oh, and now we're on to the Depop sales. So you guys, I forgot to add this first Depop earlier in the month. It should have been in week 1, but I'm not used to getting Depop orders yet, so I completely didn't even think about adding it. So I'm going to add it now. So this first one is the SO brand, is a juniors brand, women's large 90s striped polo shirt dress V-neck. So yeah, as you can see, it's just kind of like a standard like polo shirt, but then it's like a knee length A-line dress. And this striped pattern has been pretty popular over the last year as well. That was the main reason I picked it up, I want to say, is because of the striped pattern and the 90s. It kind of reminds me of like a 90s style, because I remember being a teenager in the 90s and I had a dress like that, late 90s. So anyways, I picked this up at Goodwill on August 17th, last year in 2024. I paid $5.99. So I kind of paid up for that one. Posted it September 3rd of 24 on Poshmark and eBay. And then I must have posted it on Depop, but I don't remember when exactly. So I didn't actually put the date on here. But it did sell on Depop on October 3rd of 25. And it sold for $14.85. So I did earn a profit of $7.67. So it took a long time, but it did sell and I did make a profit. So I was happy to see that go. The next item is this red sequin flapper evening party holiday bag or handbag, shoulder, I put shoulder, handcrafted in India. And I follow a couple YouTubers that post kind of like trending styles and like upcoming styles for the fall, and they'll post like videos like that, and so I'll occasionally watch those just to get some inspiration and see kind of what people are thinking is like, because I don't follow a lot of I'm not like super big into like fashion as far as like I watch the fashion industry and stuff like that. Not that it doesn't make me curious or that I'm interested in it, but I just don't have a lot of time in the day to be interested in it. So I do tend to watch a lot of YouTube videos though, so I will put on a YouTube video while I'm working, and then I can get an idea of like stuff. So that's how I saw somebody that I follow, and she had posted that sequin, like especially like these larger sequins were supposed to be pretty popular for the fall and like winter. So I had found this bag at Goodwill, and it was brand new. It had this tag on it and it says handcrafted in India, but there wasn't like a brand specifically in it, so it was probably more of a fast fashion bag. But I went ahead and grabbed it anyways because it was really cute, and like you could like kind of flip it like this and the sequins would kind of like flutter. So it was kind of a fun bag. Definitely great for parties, dances, whatever your events, special events, sort of that stuff. So I did pick this up this year on August 30th at Goodwill, and I paid $3.89. I posted it on September 29th to Poshmark, eBay, Depop, and Mercari, and it sold on Depop. It sold on October 19th, so it just took a few weeks. It sold for $24.99. So I did earn a profit of $19.49. So I thought that was a pretty quick flip. The next item is this Miss Selfridge dress, women's US size 8, black, white, puff sleeve, Wednesday. I put Wednesday for Wednesday Addams. And then Pilgrim, because it kind of reminded me of a Pilgrim vibe as well as Wednesday Addams. So I kind of thought this would be a fun one going into the fall between Halloween and Thanksgiving, that there might be somebody that is looking for a vibe. So let's just put it that way. So it's more of like a pickup based on the style of the dress. I think it was new without tags. It did have a this like little, like on the tag it had like one of these little like bags with the extra button and stuff on it. It was never taken off, so I'm pretty sure it was new without tags, but it was really cute. I had a lot of people interested in this, and when I posted on Depop, you know how people send you offers. I did not want to accept an offer because I had just posted it, and I kept getting people that were asking for like, I know it wasn't a lot, but it was like $5 less, like $6 or $7 less than I had posted it for, which isn't a lot, but I didn't post it for a lot to begin with, hoping that it would sell quickly. And I kept holding out, so I would give a discount of like 10%. So I was offering people like $22.50. And I swear I got like 30 offers for like $20 or $21 or $18 or $19. And I'm like, I'm literally asking for $22.50. That's less than I posted it for. And I thought it was worth it. So I held out. I just held out. I was like, forget it. I'm just not gonna accept the offer from anybody. I'm just not gonna do it. So I just held out, and then somebody swooped in and bought it. So anyways, I picked this up at Goodwill on June 21st, and I did pay up for it. I paid $6.59, which is one of the reasons I did not want to go any lower. So I kind of put my bottom amount that I would take. And like, even though people were offering me $1 less than that, that was still several dollars less than I wanted originally. So I was just saying, no, I'm not going to take that. And I would counter, or I would just decline it. And if I countered them, I was just countering them to $22.50. And anyways, I posted it July 21st on Poshmark and eBay. And then I added it to Depop and Mercari September 2nd. And I had all those offers on Depop in that time. And it sold on October 19th, and it sold for $25. So I held out, and I got the $25. So I did make a profit of $16.78. So I thought that was a good flip as well. And then the last item for this week is a Carter's Just One You black corduroy overalls pants for a baby size 9 months. And I put coveralls as well. And these were in really good condition. And so I went ahead and picked these up a long time ago. I picked them up at the Kid to Kid resale shop February 17th of 2024. And again, this is when they did a bag sale. So I don't actively go to like Kid to Kid, but I happened to drive by and see that they were doing the bag sale. So I stopped anyways. I had an average of $1.57 per item in that bag, and posted it March 1st of 24 on Poshmark and eBay. And then I added it to Depop and Mercari on September 6th of 25. So this is after I added the Nifty app for an AI tool that helps me cross post items. And then it also auto delist items from the other platforms. So if I sell it on Depop, for instance, it goes and automatically takes it out and delist it from all my other platforms. So that way I don't personally have to go in and do that, which is really, really nice, because if I'm busy, if I'm driving somewhere and it sells, like I don't have to worry that it's going to sell on a different platform. Not that I'd be worried this item would sell on a different platform because it took so long, but it is nice just to have that kind of peace of mind that it does that for you. And I think it's worth, I kind of didn't start when I first started reselling. I didn't get all these like tools and apps that you had to pay for monthly. But as I've become more like invested in my business, I would say, and as I've picked up on how much I'm selling, I feel like that's given me the investment purposes. Like it makes more sense to go ahead and start investing into my business monetarily with more apps. And so I did start with like Posher VA, and I did that for probably a year. And then I switched that out because this Nifty app will also do all your sharing, which I know sharing's not a big deal anymore on Poshmark as of like the last couple weeks, but it's still a really good tool for keeping track of everything. So I went ahead and I got the Nifty app, you guys, and I'm actually really liking it. And so there is a code. I signed up to be an affiliate, which I don't do a lot. I haven't really done a lot of that yet because obviously I don't have that many people following me. But if you are looking for an AI tool or you're thinking about it, I did do a lot of extensive research on the different options that there is out there, because there's like Vendu and Posh, was it? Oh, now I can't think of it. Well, there's Posher VA for like list, like not cross sharing or anything, but they do like the sharing on Poshmark. And then there is Prime Lister, I think it's called. Look, anyways, and there's a whole bunch of them. So I did like search a lot of them. I even did the Better Lister, which is tech and sports, and he They just changed their name to something else. But I did check that one out first, and I gave it a few months, and then I switched to Nifty. Much happier with Nifty. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend Nifty if you're looking for one. It is a little bit pricey because it's $69.99 a month, but I do feel it's worth it. So because just a few sales and it covers that that amount per month. So I think it's worth it moving forward as I try to grow my business bigger, and I think that's going to make it a lot easier for me. So anyways, so if you're interested and you want to use my code, you do get 15% off if you use mine, and it definitely does give me like a little kickback of some kind. I don't even remember what it is, to be honest. But if you want to use my code, I'll put it here like on the screen. I think it's just Sweet Creek or SweetCreekThrift. I don't even remember, you guys. But I'll go look it up, and then I'll add it here, and I'll put it in the comment, like the about section at the bottom of my video, so you can look for it there too. But anyways, so this item, let's see. So for this Carter's overalls, I had $1.57 invested. I posted it on Poshmark on March 1st of 24, and then I posted it on eBay and Depop and Mercari on September 6th this year. It sold on Depop, and it sold October 20th for $8. Well, I can't talk. It sold for $8, so I made a profit of $5.47, and it's off to its new home, as I like to say. So those are all my items for week 3. And then now my new total so far for the month of October is at a profit of $689.97. So, and then of course, see, like, then that is my profit. And so then I would take out like the Posher VA. I would take out like the Nifty at the amount that it'll come out of my amount, and my taxes have to come out of that. So I end up earning a little bit less than that once all is said and done. But it's still inching up there, and I have one more week to go. So we'll see if I hit the $1,000 mark for this month. Anyways, this week was a little bit slower than the last week had been, but I was really excited. I think October did pretty good overall, so I will get the last week of October posted pretty quick. In fact, I might post it Saturday in a couple days, so just keep an eye out for that. And if you're new here, please subscribe. Thank you so much. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Bye.